Crocodiles are one of the most ancient creatures that have been around for millions of years. These formidable reptiles can be found in many parts of the world, and while they may seem sluggish and docile, they are in fact one of the deadliest predators on the planet. However, in the past few years, there have been several incidents where these creatures have attacked and even killed humans. Today, we'll be discussing some of these recent attacks, so hold on tight and get ready to explore the deadliest crocodile attacks that have happened in recent times. Number 1. British tourist beaten by crocodile. A young British tourist has lived to tell the tale of a terrifying crocodile attack in far north Queensland, Australia. The heart-stopping moment when the saltwater crocodile attacked would be caught on camera and then posted on Facebook. In the footage, the woman can be seen strolling along a creek at Cape Tribulation, blissfully unaware of the dangers lurking in the waters beneath. Suddenly, the croc lunges out of the water, snapping its jaw and leaving bite marks on the woman's leg. It's a miracle that she was not more seriously injured, and thankfully the woman survived the attack with cuts to her left thigh and would be taken to the hospital for treatment. She would later be released and was expected to make a full recovery. Number 2. Epic crocodile battle. Tourists at Crocodile Park in the Northern Territory were surprised when they stumbled upon a battle between two gigantic saltwater crocodiles. The heavyweight reptiles were in a fierce fight, and tourists got front row seats to the spectacle. Traveling on a riverboat through the park, the tourists can be heard screaming and jokingly placing bets on the battle's outcome. The crocs even crashed against the boat in a series of death rolls, forcing the tour guides to use an oar to keep them away. One of the tourists is heard asking about the fate of one of the crocodiles, wondering if it is dead. Another tourist exclaims that the entire thing is ridiculous, but then another countered by calling it awesome.
Do nothing. Is it dead? Yeah, he was alive. Thank God he was alive. He's gonna have a couple of teeth marks in his cut and his tail.
Oh my God. This is ridiculous.
This is awesome.
The saltwater crocodile is one of the largest and most fearsome of predators on the planet, and they're a common sight in the waterways of Australia's Northern Territory. This epic crocodile clash is a rare opportunity for tourists to witness these creatures in their natural habitat, and it's a memory that they will never forget. Number 3. Man battles crocodile for fish. A fisherman and a 4-meter crocodile go head-to-head in a battle for a delicious meter-long barramundi, and the video footage of their showdown is simply jaw-dropping. It's a winner-takes-all match between the man and beast, which happened in the Northern Territory. The courageous fisherman, Scott Roscaral, never wavered as he reeled in the fish, determined to win the contest. The crocodile had other plans, though, and began to chase the fish, but the fisherman refused to let it go, even when the crocodile crawled up onto the concrete. At one point, the fisherman walks right up to the crocodile to retrieve his son's hat, putting his life on the line in front of the determined monster. It's a classic battle of wits, and the craziest part of all, the fisherman's refusal to cut the line and let the crocodile have his lunch. Instead, he redoubles his efforts and then emerges victorious in this epic confrontation. This video footage is absolutely incredible as the two titans clash in a fierce fight over the delectable fish. The crocodile initially thinks it's an easy lunch, but becomes surprised when the fisherman doesn't give up. The battle has a surprising ending as the crocodile ultimately goes away and the fisherman emerges victorious. The territory man was fishing with his visiting father at the crossing, who initially hooked the fish. Number 4. Teenagers encounter crocodiles while swimming. A group of friends were having the time of their lives while swimming in Mexico when they faced a deadly predator. Osmar Ochoa, one of the teenagers, caught the moment on camera, and it is not for the faint of heart. Someone noticed something lurking beneath the surface as they were frolicking around in the crystal clear waters, and soon enough, the group was on high alert as they realized that they were not alone. Osmar quickly pulled out his underwater camera and began recording the heart-stopping footage of the crocodile's movements. As the group watched in awe and terror, the crocodile started swimming closer. But in a stroke of luck, the predator decided to calmly pass the group and swim off, leaving the teenagers to catch their breath and count their lucky stars. Osmar would later reveal how terrified that he was to realize how close they were to danger, saying that he was more than scared, he was actually shocked, and his friends were even more scared than he was. We can only imagine their relief as they then realized that they had escaped unscathed. Swimming with crocodiles may not be everyone's idea of a good time, but it was certainly an unforgettable experience for the teenagers that day. Number 5. Diver close encounter with crocodile. Jaw-dropping footage has emerged of a professional shark diver and underwater videographer getting up close and personal with a crocodile in Mexico. The video shows the diver lying on the ground as the massive predator crawls towards him, tapping its massive teeth on his camera's lens. While this is not something to try at home, he explains that the crocodile let him approach undisturbed and touch it simply because it did not perceive him to be convenient prey or a threat. According to him, crocodiles will attack a human if given the opportunity, but they usually don't consider human adults to be the ideal prey due to their size. The footage shows him swimming up to the massive predator, showing absolutely no fear as it slowly crawls underwater. For those who are brave enough to try and swim with a crocodile, this advice should be taken in the safest way to approach them. Go at them directly in front, because crocodiles have limited vision and usually snap to the side when they strike rather than lunging forward with a bite. With a population of around 500 American crocodiles, this area of Mexico is home to one of the largest crocodile populations in the world, and while swimming with these deadly creatures, it may make your heart skip a beat, but the footage shows that these animals can be approached safely with the right knowledge and experience. Number 6. Crocodile bites the teenager as it swims past the family. Cameron Timms, a 14-year-old boy from Australia, went swimming with his parents when he would be bitten by a freshwater crocodile. The shock came when he checked his GoPro camera and saw that he had filmed the predator only moments before the attack. And in the footage, the crocodile can be seen swimming dangerously close to Cameron and his family. The teenager was not seriously injured, but he did have puncture wounds on his stomach and elbow and would be treated with medicine. Cameron's father, Mark, said that the scariest part was that the family didn't even notice the crocodile swimming through their legs. It swam right through the middle, and they never saw a thing. It brushed past him and his wife, and they both thought that someone had accidentally kicked them. The family would be swimming in Moonshine Gorge, a popular spot in Western Australia's Kimberley region. Cameron, however, was not deterred by the attack and plans to continue swimming in the gorge in the future, saying that he's not going to let one crocodile stop him. Number 7. Man fights off crocodile. A tourist in far north Queensland had the fight of his life against a crocodile while on the banks of a remote river. The shocking moment would be captured on camera, showing Alistair McPhee standing in the shallows of the Bloomfield boat ramp with his dog. Suddenly, the reptile grabs him by the right leg and drags him to the ground. In the harrowing footage that was obtained by a news station, McPhee fights for his life as the crocodile latches onto him. He does manage to break free, but the croc grabs the dog instead. The man then uses his fist to punch the reptile in the back, forcing it to retreat under the water with the canine. After the attack, a ranger would spot McPhee, who was now bloodied and injured, and quickly rushed him to the clinic for treatment before airlifting him to the hospital where he underwent surgery. Fortunately, there would be no serious, long-lasting injuries, and it's good that McPhee managed to fight off the crocodile and also save his dog. Number 8. Crocodile tries to jump into fisherman's boat. This heart-stopping footage shows when a hungry crocodile leapt out of the water onto a couple's fishing boat in the Kimberley region of northwestern Australia. The couple, Catherine and Cameron, who uploaded the footage to their YouTube channel and TikTok, had been fishing when they spotted the predator lurking in the water below. As the couple was reeling in their fishing line, the saltwater crocodile rapidly swam towards their boat, trying to catch the bait. And after failing to do so, it pauses and looks straight into the camera before jumping onto the boat, hitting its head against it and causing the footage to shake. Fortunately, the crocodile falls back into the water as the boat moves away, leaving the couple with an unforgettable story. Despite the terrifying experience, Catherine and Cameron captured the moment on camera and then shared it with the world. The footage has since gone viral on TikTok, garnering millions of views and leaving viewers stunned. Number 9. Photographer narrowly escapes crocodile. A photographer would encounter a crocodile close up while trying to snap the perfect photo of the fearsome predator. The incident, which took place on the banks of the Turcoles River, known as the Crocodile Bridge in Costa Rica. According to reports, the man, identified as Antonio, was throwing pieces of meat in order to entice the crocodiles to come closer. Sitting near the creatures, he then waited patiently, even as the crocodile swam closer and closer to him. With his friends recording the moment on video, the snapper failed to realize his imminent danger until his friends had shouted a warning. The video, which would later be uploaded to YouTube, shows when the crocodile gets dangerously close to the photographer. It lunges at him, and the snapper jumps up just in time, managing to escape the creature's grasp by running up the riverbank. Despite the close call, the photographer captured some amazing shots of the reptile, albeit at the risk of his own life. Video footage of the incident has since gone viral, with viewers stunned by the snapper's bravery and foolishness. While the photos are impressive, it's not recommended that anyone attempt to recreate this stunt. The snapper was lucky to escape unharmed, and hopefully, he'll think twice before attempting such a risky stunt again. Number 10. A friend saved a man attacked by a crocodile. It was a beautiful day in India, and the sun shone high in the sky. Amit and his friend Gajendra decided to spend their afternoon swimming at a dam, which is a popular local spot to cool off from the heat. Little did they know that they would face a terrifying encounter with one of nature's most fearsome predators. Amit suddenly felt a sharp pain in his leg as they both swam together. He looked down to see a crocodile had latched onto him with its powerful jaws. The shock of the attack made him scream in terror, and he knew then that he was in grave danger. Gajendra, who was only a few meters away, heard his friend's screams and quickly realized what was taking place. Without hesitation, he then swam over to Amit and pulled him away from the crocodile's grasp. It would be a harrowing experience that left both of the men shaken to their core. After the attack, Amit was rushed to the hospital for treatment, and Gajendra's quick thinking made his injuries non-life-threatening, and he also recovered from the traumatic event. The incident would be captured on video, which quickly went viral on social media, leaving viewers horrified at the sight of the vicious attack. Number 11. Pub owner fights off angry crocodile with a frying pan. A pub owner in Northern Territory, Australia, was in a terrifying encounter with a giant aggressive crocodile. The man, whose identity remains unknown, was on the premises of his establishment when he stumbled upon the ferocious beast. Without a second thought, he grabbed the nearest object that he could find, which happened to be a frying pan, and then used it to defend himself. The CCTV footage of the confrontation has since gone viral, with viewers worldwide left in awe of the man's bravery. In the video, the crocodile can be seen lunging towards the man, who raises the frying pan and strikes the reptile on his nose with incredible accuracy. The impact of the blow then sends the croc reeling backwards and into the safety of the nearby river. It's not every day that someone takes on a crocodile with a frying pan and comes out on top. The pub owner's quick thinking and courageous actions undoubtedly saved his life, and he has since become somewhat of a local hero. Many are hailing him as a symbol of resilience and strength in the face of danger. Number 12. Crocodile attacks a guy's truck. With the lights on and cameras rolling, a massive crocodile straight out of Jurassic Park came lumbering out of the water and attacked a guy's truck.
You mustn't bite my bat.
You heard that right, a crocodile attacking a truck. And if you don't believe me, just check out the footage on your screen, and you'll see the carnage and destruction as the crocodile takes a bite out of the truck as though it were defending the land from the metal invader. The two fishing buddies had called the anti-poaching squad to rescue the crocodile, but the crocodile had other plans. It was not having any of that truck's lights, and that's when it pounced on the vehicle. It's good that they were safe inside of the truck, or it could have ended quite differently for the two men that day. Even more astonishing is how these two fishermen were not killed in the incident, and how the crocodile simply took his rage out on the truck that day. It was a close call, and they should count their lucky stars that they escaped without any harm. Number 13. Zookeeper puts head inside crocodile's mouth and lives to tell the tale. In a truly jaw-dropping moment, a zookeeper in Thailand decided to take his performance to the next level with a stunt that very easily could have gone wrong. The video footage of the stunt went viral, and for good reason. The man kneels before a crocodile with its jaws open, waving 2 sticks around its mouth in front of a small audience. The crocodile then remained still, luring the zookeeper to up the ante. And up the ante he did. With no sticks in hand, he stuck his entire head inside of the crocodile's motionless mouth, holding his position for 10 seconds before things turned for the worst. The crocodile then suddenly snaps down on the zookeeper's head, violently thrashing him from side to side while the audience watches in shock. The man lets out a horrifying scream as the crocodile refuses to release him. Incredibly, the man survives the ordeal, coming out just missing a finger and having some wounds, as he had previously shown the crowd. He's left reeling on the ground as the crocodile then slides back into the water. It's hard to say what had possessed the zookeeper to take such a risk, but it's safe to say that he got off lucky that day. Number 14. Crocodile doesn't like being provoked. In a shocking turn of events, a crocodile in northern Thailand bit its trainer's arm during a performance in front of dozens of spectators. The reptile handler was performing the stunt at a zoo when the crocodile suddenly snapped back and clamped its teeth around the man's forearm. The performer was heard letting out an agonizing howl before freeing himself and staggering away with blood dripping on the wet tiles. As we all know, crocodiles are not pets but wild animals that can be very dangerous when provoked. However, it seems that these reptiles are getting smarter by the day. In this case, the crocodile did not like having the trainer's hand in its mouth and then decided to take matters into its own jaws. The incident would be captured by a visitor who had been visiting the zoo's crocodile farm with his family. Everyone was shocked when it happened, and the little children were even scared. The owner of the crocodile park assured the public that the trainer was fine and that he would be working again soon. Number 15. Crocodile trainer goes on the death roll. Crocodiles are fascinating creatures with powerful jaws and scaly skin, but getting up close and personal with them is definitely not for the faint of heart. Another Thailand video shows how dangerous that these creatures can be, as a trainer at the Bung Boraphet show of crocodiles had his arm snapped in half during a performance. The trainer had been teasing the massive crocodile with a stick before he decided to take things up a notch by placing his arm deep inside the animal's jaw. Unfortunately, the crocodile didn't appreciate the gesture and then clamped down and performed a death roll to mimic drowning him. A spectator in the crowd would catch the horrifying incident on video, and while the trainer was lucky to have survived the attack, his arm was actually broken in half and his hand hung loosely in the air. It's a stark reminder that these animals are wild creatures that should be treated with respect and taken cautiously. Crocodiles are popular attractions in Thailand, with many farms and shows that are dedicated to showcasing the fearsome creatures. However, it's important to remember that they are not pets or trained animals, and their behavior can still be quite unpredictable. Number 16. Crocodile chases swimmer. Crocodiles are usually harmless creatures that prefer to keep to themselves in the wild, but things can take quite the dramatic turn when it comes to people. That's exactly what happened when a young swimmer in Mexico decided to dip into the river and came face to face with a hungry crocodile. Fortunately for him, quick-thinking onlookers would manage to save him from the jaws of death. The harrowing incident occurred in Mexico, where the swimmer would be chased by the enormous reptile. He scrambled for the shore, and the crocodile snapped its jaws, seeming to be closing in for the kill. But just in the nick of time, an onlooker hurled an object at the creature, causing it to break off the pursuit. According to Manuel Carrera, who filmed the entire episode, the boy was incredibly fortunate to have escaped unscathed. The crocodile in question is well fed thanks to tourists and fishermen alike who frequent the area, which may have actually contributed to its lackluster swimming pursuit. Despite the close call, locals in the area still consider the river to be too dangerous to swim in. Number 17. Swimmer saved just in time. The dangers lurking beneath the sea have been caught on camera as another fearless crocodile chased a swimmer in Indonesia. The incident took place on a beach, and the man lived to tell the tale. The footage shows the predator swimming towards the unsuspecting swimmer, eyeing him up as his next big meal. But fortunately, a nearby local seller would notice the dangers and alerted all of the residents, who immediately began throwing rocks into the water to get the swimmer's attention. According to one local resident, the man was enjoying the water when he saw bubbles forming just 3 meters away. Moments later, the crocodile's head then emerged from the water and began moving towards the man. The residents shouted and threw rocks in order to warn him, and he quickly paddled back to the shore. It was a close call for the man as the fierce saltwater crocodile, estimated to be 10 foot long, followed him onto the shore and then waited for almost a half an hour before retreating back into its depths. An official with the Central Sulawesi Province Natural Resources Conservation Center said that bay and beach is a habitat for crocodiles, and it's not advisable to spend any kind of vacation or leisure time in that area. Number 18. Crocodile versus wildebeest. The world's scariest crocodile attacks are not just limited to humans. In the wild, these beasts have been known to take down some of the toughest prey, which also includes the wildebeest. One of the most terrifying crocodile attacks ever captured on camera took place in Tanzania, where a group of wildebeests crossed a river during their migration. As they came across, a massive saltwater crocodile sprang from the water and latched onto one of the wildebeest's hindquarters. The animal fought back, kicking and thrashing, in a desperate attempt to escape, but the crocodile's grip was simply too strong. The wildebeest was dragged underwater and then drowned in seconds, becoming the crocodile's next big meal. Number 19. Crocodile attacks lawnmower. A 5-meter saltwater crocodile by the name of Elvis challenged the staff at Australia's reptile park by taking on their lawnmower. Operations manager Tim Faulkner and keeper Billy Collette tried to retrieve the mower, but Elvis simply wouldn't let go. He pulled the mower under the water with his powerful jaws and then drowned it. Elvis, one of the New South Wales's biggest crocs, guarded his catch for over an hour. It was his prize and his trophy, and if it moved, he would attack it again. The staff had to lure Elvis to the other end of his enclosure with kangaroo meat in order to retrieve the lawnmower and 2 teeth that Elvis had lost in the scuffle. Elvis is known for his cranky behavior, typical of that of a big territorial male who enjoys his meat. The 50-year-old crocodile has a history of attacking anything that he perceives to be a threat, and he even ate 2 of his girlfriends in the past. However, the lawnmower was lucky to have escaped with just some bad chew marks. Unfortunately, though, it will never work again. The incident was all in a day's work for Mr. Faulkner, who has handled a lot of animals in his time. There's a moment when your breath is gone and your adrenaline rushes in, he would say. Nevertheless, he stressed that the park treats the crocodiles with great respect, and no human has ever been harmed by the cranky Elvis. Number 20. Dominator leaps on tourist boat. Australia is famous for its terrifying animals, and the saltwater crocodile takes the cake as one of the most feared. But one crocodile named Dominator has become infamous for its size and aggression. Spanning up to 6 meters in length, Dominator dwells in the Adelaide River of Australia's Northern Territory. Tourists on an Adelaide River cruise got the chance to witness Dominator's impressive size up close. In a dramatic moment that has since gone viral, the massive crocodile leapt out of the water, jumping as high as the boat. The tourists would manage to snap some incredible photos of the terrifying beast as it loomed right in front of them. Despite its size and aggressive behavior, Dominator is not the only big crocodile in the area. He has a long-standing rivalry with another 5-meter crocodile named Brutus, who dwells further down the river. Cruise operators do their best to keep the 2 crocodiles separate from each other in order to avoid confrontations and harm. For those who are brave enough to get close, Dominator and Brutus will leave an impression that will last a lifetime. That's all for today's 20 scariest recent crocodile attacks. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I'll see you next time.